a luxury electric sedan that can smoke most supercars, a family car that launches from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 2 seconds, and a four-door EV producing over 1,200 horsepower. Yeah, you heard that right. This isn't a concept car. This isn't some futuristic prototype. This is the Lucid Air Sapphire, and it might be the most ridiculous performance sedan ever built. And honestly, if you're Tesla, this car probably keeps you up at night. Welcome back to NextGear Reviews. If you're into insane cars, crazy EV tech, and machines that completely rewrite the rulebook, you're in the right place. And before we dive in, smash that like button because this car is about to melt your brain. And if you love wild car tech like this, subscribe to NextGear Reviews because we cover the craziest vehicles on the planet. All right, let's talk about this monster. Imagine pulling up to a stoplight next to a Ferrari. The driver looks over like, "Nice family sedan, bro." The light turns green. 2 seconds later, you're already 3 car lengths ahead. That's the level of insanity we're dealing with here. The Lucid Air Sapphire produces around 1,234 horsepower from 3 electric motors. That's more power than many hypercars. But the wildest part? It's still a luxury 4-door sedan you could theoretically drive your kids to school in. America's newest EV company just built something that might embarrass the entire industry. So let's break it down. First impressions when you look at the Lucid Air Sapphire. It looks elegant, but also slightly evil, like a luxury executive sedan that secretly spends weekends at the racetrack. Starting at the front, the design is incredibly sleek and aerodynamic. Lucid uses what they call a micro-lens array LED lighting system, which gives the headlights a razor-sharp futuristic look. The lights stretch horizontally across the front, making the car appear wider and lower. Instead of a traditional grille like gasoline cars, the front is smooth and sculpted. Because this is an EV, it doesn't need massive airflow for an engine. Instead, the front fascia is designed to slice through the air efficiently. And aerodynamics matter a lot when a car is this fast. Look closely, and you'll notice subtle air channels and vents integrated into the bumper. These guide air around the wheels and help cool the massive brakes. The hood is clean and minimal, flowing smoothly into the windshield. Now, moving along the sides, this is where the Lucid Air really starts to look special. The car has a very long wheelbase, giving it a limousine-like silhouette. The roofline gently slopes toward the rear, giving the car a coupe-style profile, similar to the Porsche Taycan or the Tesla Model S. But the Lucid somehow looks even more futuristic. One of my favorite details? The flush door handles. When the car is locked, they sit completely flat against the body. Walk up to the car and they automatically pop out. It's one of those small luxury details that just feels cool every single time. Then there are the wheels, and these aren't just for looks. The Sapphire rides on massive performance wheels, wrapped in extremely wide tires, because when you have over 1,200 horsepower, traction becomes a serious problem. The body lines are smooth and flowing, almost like liquid metal. Lucid engineers obsessed over aerodynamics, and it shows. In fact, the Lucid Air has one of the lowest drag coefficients of any production car. Now, let's move to the rear. And honestly, the back of this car looks incredible. The standout feature is the full-width LED light bar stretching across the rear. At night, it glows like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. It's similar to the design language used on the Porsche Taycan, but Lucid takes it to another level. The rear bumper also features a subtle diffuser and sporty accents, hinting at the insane performance underneath. Overall, the design is elegant, futuristic, and slightly aggressive. But trust me, the real magic happens under the skin, because this powertrain is absolutely ridiculous. The Lucid Air Sapphire uses 3 electric motors. 1 motor powers the front wheels. 2 motors power the rear wheels. Together, they produce about 1,234 horsepower. That's hypercar territory. Acceleration is completely insane. 0 to 60 miles per hour happens in about 1.89 seconds. Yes, under 2 seconds. To put that in perspective, that's faster than many Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and McLarens. Top speed is around 205 miles per hour. But the real magic isn't just raw power. Lucid engineered an advanced torque vectoring system for the rear motors. Each rear wheel can receive different levels of power instantly. This dramatically improves handling and grip. So even though this is a large luxury sedan, it can corner like a sports car. Range is also extremely impressive. Despite all that insane performance, the Lucid Air Sapphire can deliver around 427 miles of range. That's crazy efficiency for a car with over 1,200 horsepower. Charging is also fast thanks to Lucid's 900-volt electrical architecture. With a fast charger, you can add hundreds of miles of range in under half an hour. So yeah, it's unbelievably fast, but also surprisingly practical. Now let's talk safety, because when a car is this powerful, safety becomes extremely important. The Lucid Air uses a strong aluminum body structure designed to protect passengers in serious collisions. You also get a full suite of airbags, including front, side, and curtain airbags. Lucid also equips the car with its advanced Dream Drive Pro driver assistance system. This system includes adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic alert, and traffic sign recognition. The car uses a network of cameras, radar sensors, and LiDAR to constantly monitor the road around you. So even though this car can behave like a rocket ship, it's also built to protect you and your passengers. All right, now let's open the door. And wow, the interior of the Lucid Air Sapphire feels like stepping into the future. Lucid describes the design as California luxury, minimalistic, high-tech, and incredibly elegant. The first thing you notice is the massive curved 34-inch glass cockpit display. This screen combines the digital gauge cluster and infotainment system into one seamless display. The graphics are crisp and modern. Below that sits another touchscreen called the Pilot Panel, which controls climate settings, navigation, and vehicle functions. The materials inside the cabin are seriously premium. You get leather, Alcantara, aluminum accents, and beautiful stitching throughout. Everything feels expensive and well-built. The seats are also incredible. They're heated, ventilated, and available with massage functions. And because this is the Sapphire performance version, the seats also feature extra bolstering to keep you planted during aggressive driving. The steering wheel is wrapped in premium leather and includes controls for driving modes and driver assistance systems. Lucid also includes an incredible 21-speaker surreal sound audio system. And let me tell you, this thing sounds amazing. It literally turns the cabin into a moving concert hall. Ambient lighting runs throughout the interior, giving the cabin a futuristic vibe at night. And then there's the massive glass roof. It stretches across the entire cabin and floods the interior with natural light. The result is a cabin that feels open, airy, and incredibly modern. Rear passengers are also treated like VIPs. Thanks to the long wheelbase, there's tons of legroom. Passengers in the back also get heated seats, climate controls, and charging ports. This is easily one of the most luxurious EV interiors on the market today. Now let's talk practicality. Despite being a performance monster, the Lucid Air Sapphire is still a practical sedan. It seats 5 passengers comfortably. The rear trunk offers plenty of space for luggage, groceries, or road trip gear. But here's something cool. Because there's no engine in the front, the car also has a frunk, a front trunk. That means extra storage space under the hood. So whether you're commuting to work or heading out on a road trip, the Lucid Air Sapphire can handle it. It's basically a supercar disguised as a luxury family sedan. All right, moment of truth. How much does a 1,234 horsepower luxury electric hyper sedan cost? Take a guess. $120,000? $150,000? Try about $249,000. Yeah, it's expensive, but when you compare it to hypercars costing millions of dollars, suddenly it doesn't sound so crazy. And its biggest rival is probably the Tesla Model S Plaid. So here's the real question. If you had the money, would you buy the Lucid Air Sapphire or the Tesla Model S Plaid? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this review, hit the like button because it really helps the channel grow. Also, subscribe to NextGear Reviews because we're constantly exploring the wildest cars from around the world. And next time, we're looking at an insane SUV that can literally drive sideways. Trust me, you don't want to miss that.